So Nils, you're a director at business school INSEAD, and you've been organizing together with CIOnet the European CIO of the Year award for a couple of years now. Can you tell us a little bit more about this year's candidates and how they are different from last year's?
You bet. Uh, so this is the fourth year that INSEAD has collaborated with CIOnet on developing the European CIO of the Year awards. And this year's set of candidates, there are 18 candidates this year, and they really are incredibly accomplished. Just like the past 4 years, this is another significant set of very accomplished CIOs. I would probably highlight two differences, though, between this year's set and the previous years. The first is that a greater number of them have since been promoted to take on even more responsibilities within their business. So several CIOs, because of their successes in the past several years, are now being asked by their businesses to do even more. So that's really striking. We've seen that in the past, but not in the numbers that we see it this year. And I think that's because increasingly organizations are relying on IT both for their operations and for their innovations, whether they're innovating new products and new services. And so they need the kind of leadership that these CIOs represent. So that's the first thing, is this promotion. The second aspect that's different about this year's set is the fact that there are more technology-focused CIOs than I would have guessed. I would have thought that there were fewer technology-focused CIOs and more business process or customer-focused. But actually, we have about 8 candidates that are technology-focused. And it turns out I was afraid that was because CIOs are going back to being really good order takers, and that's about it. But that's not the case. The reason we're seeing more technology-focused CIOs is actually because they're much more aligned with the business, and because the business is relying more and more on IT for their operations and for IT, they're actually collaborating much more closely with the business without necessarily taking on those responsibilities from the business. So they remain technology focused, but they're much more collaborative. So actually what we're seeing is, in general, CIOs are now much more engaged with the rest of the business and really collaborating as partners and being much more proactive in the process.